and the only way then of clearing the carbon was to start the engine, which exhausted into the cab, and it meant that I emerged from the cab looking like a chimney sweep with carbon. That was in September 1958, and I hadn't finished my apprenticeship, but I managed to, Stan managed to get his garage registered with SIMI, or it was the Irish Motor Industry or Federation or something at the time, and so I was able to finish my apprenticeship there, working with a chap called Tommy O'Connor, who had come from Downs Bakery in Finglas. He was a mechanic there. The experience in Abbey Service Garage was incredible because they had a Commer agency where they sold Commer TS3 trucks, and the dirtiest job on a TS3 was getting into the cab and taking off the manifold and decarbonising it. And the only way then of clearing the carbon was to start the engine, which exhausted into the cab, and it meant that I emerged from the cab looking like a chimney sweep with carbon all over me. But that was a regular job on TS3s. Anyway, moved to Dublin with Stan Ryan, and we had a little garage off Loftus Lane where we did everything: panel beating, spray painting, whatever. And I spray painted a Renault Gordini for Joe Flynn, which competed in the Le Mans 24-hour race. It had an aluminium body, and he had a problem whereby the aluminium wings were splitting on the wheel arches. There were cracks on the four-wheel arches, and nobody was able to weld aluminium like in those days. So the usual trick was to put in a couple of rivets and a piece of aluminium behind it and cover it over with Metalux filler, and that was it. But thanks to my early training in Abbey Service Garage under Tommy Walsh, I was a dab hand at welding aluminium with an oxyacetylene torch, using aluminium rods and aluminium flux. So I was able to weld Joe Flynn's Gordini wings. And then after doing the Gordini, I sprayed an Aston Martin DB2, a black one that he had. So I often wonder where the Gordini and the Aston Martin ended up, you know. But however, we moved into a bigger premises over in North King Street, 152 North King Street, which is apartments, part of an apartment block now. And it was a bigger premises, and we took on a guy called, as well as Tommy O'Connor, we had Brendan Bent, an appropriate name for a panel beater, B-E-N-T. And then we took on a fellow called Mick Kavanagh, a motorbike scrambler known as Flash Kavanagh. And because Stan Ryan was big into motor racing, at that time he had a little Cooper 500, and he sold the 500 and he bought a car which not many people remember nowadays, the Leprechaun. There were two Leprechaun racing cars. There was a 500 which was similar to the Cooper 500, and there was the 1100 which was similar to a Lotus or a Cooper Formula One car of the day, you know. But the big Leprechaun that we had it had a JAP 1100cc engine with supercharger on it, and it had a Burman gearbox, motorbike gearbox, which meant that it had sequential gear change, which made it easy, but it didn't have a reverse. So to reverse, you had to get out and push. But anyway, it was a hill climbing car basically. It was built by a man called Redmond Gallagher, who was managing director of Orney Chocolates in Tala at the time. He built the two cars, the two Leprechauns, and they were an amazing piece of work really. A skeletal tubular steel chassis and rack and pinion steering and the supercharged JP engine.
If you've been enjoying our stories of Irish transport, please consider subscribing via our Facebook page or our website irelandmade.ie. Thank you for your support. Keep watching Ireland Made.